Most of the interview was about animals and plants. So I knew that it is going to be tough. So you need to read a lot of poems. For GS 3 and 2, I would like to say
Hello, ma'am. How was your interview?
it was.
Ma'am, what's your name, your educational background, and where are you from?
My name is Shreya Shakya and I'm from Manpuri, and I have done my graduation and post graduation also, and currently I'm doing my B.Ed.
And ma'am, your optional, and is there any question related to your optional in the interview?
Yeah, actually my optional was zoology, so most of the interview was about animals and plants, environment, and then I'm also doing my B.Ed, so education sector से काफी questions थे.
And ma'am, in 3 months there is a prelim. So how can someone prepare for prelims? What were your strategy?
For prelims, on 2-3 fronts you have to work. First is the previous year questions, PYQ. You have to go through all the previous year questions 2 to 3 times. And then our test series, regular tests you should do. And in that test series, you should have sectional test and then a full length test also. Apart from that, revision of all the topics which you have studied. It is the must.
And ma'am, how you have prepared for CSAT?
For CSAT also, what I did was I gave 12 tests. So I knew that it is going to be tough because every year CSAT was getting tougher. So firstly, what I did was covered all my basics using a coaching institute. Amit Garg sir hai. Amit Garg sir ki coaching hai Karol Bagh mein. So I completed all my basics, maths formulas, and after that I did 12 tests. So I made sure that out of those 12 tests, at least 10 I could qualify as the 68 marks at least. So this was my strategy.
And ma'am, how you have prepared for current affairs?
Okay. For current affairs, yearly I had done through PT 365. So it is a document which Vision IAS provides on every subject. Environment का PT है, economics का है. Yearly that, and apart from that, newspaper, daily newspaper reading.
And ma'am, how can someone improve their answer writing, like essay part or GS1, GS2?
First thing first is that revision of all the topics should be there. Everything should be there in your brain. After that only it will come out. So after doing much revision, you can start practice writing. So for each GS 1, 2, 3, 4, and for essay it is different. For essay, mostly philosophical topics are being asked currently. So you need to read a lot of poems, read poetry, read quotations, read essays which are there on the internet. And then for GS 1, 2, 3, 4, GS 1, specifically I can't say, but do all your topics. For GS 3 and 2, I would like to say that all the articles, use them in your answers. For GS 3, every data like feasible deficit, what is it, current growth rate, what is it. So these data, they should be used in introduction and conclusion. So that is the thing.
Ma'am, I have just two questions. Like, what message you will give the students who are watching us?
One message which I would like to give to everybody based on my journey is that do not leave it if you fail in your first attempt or 2 attempts. So I also failed my prelims many times. So just collect all your strength and just don't give up.
And ma'am, one thing, in 3 months there is a prelim. So what suggestion would you give, your best suggestion to the students who are just preparing for prelims this year?
One thing that nobody says, I would like to speak on that also. Clear your mind, then only something new will enter. So don't just study for a lot of hours and just give your brain a fatigue. So in exam, what happens is you are very anxious. So first clear. If there is a vessel, you need to first clear it. Only then the water will flow inside it. So this is something I would like to say.
Thank you, ma'am.